Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now, I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I had my reasons. So, just a bunch of assignments, a bunch of tests. But anyways, now I'm back and that's all that matters. So, yeah, let's get right into this video. Also, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so please help me reach my goal. So last time we left this what if off, Kakashi was just gonna tell Team 7 about the tuning exams. Now, after Kakashi tells Team 7 about the tuning exams, of course, all of them end up agreeing. And to be honest, guys, last time, you remember how Naruto has the Sharingan? Yeah, so he's been doing some training, so it's pretty safe to say that I'm gonna bump that up to a 2 Tomoe Sharingan. And since I guess the amount of Tomoe you have on your Sharingan is part of his kekkei genkai, I guess I can say that. And Naruto also has another trick up his sleeve. He's been, studying the Hyuga clan a little bit and realized that they also have a dojutsu, the Byakugan. And Naruto, being the genius he is, realized, oh well, let me just see if I also have that dojutsu. And wouldn't you know it, he does. So Naruto, being, trying to awaken the Byakugan, ends up asking Hinata. And, Hinata, although confused at first, is like, yeah, what do you want to learn about the Byakugan? Naruto's just tell me, teach me if I had a Sorry guys, the recording just keeps cutting out. But back to the story, Naruto's just talking to Hinata, being like, is there any way if I possibly had a Byakugan that I would be able to awaken it? And Hinata's like, okay, I guess, and just starts training Naruto. And by the end of this training, and remember, they have 1 week before the tuning exam starts, Naruto actually learns how to awaken his Byakugan. Now, Naruto doesn't stop there, because after he heads home, he's like, now for the best part. As he says, Byaku Sharingan, and a white Sharingan appears in his eyes, and Naruto's like, yes, I was able to do it. I combined the Sharingan with the Byakugan, creating a completely new dojutsu, the Byaku Sharingan. This is perfect. As now Naruto has a 2 Tomoe Sharingan Byakugan merged thingy, which is literally so OP. But I'm giving it to him anyways. So, Naruto is ready for the tuning exams, and Team 7 walks into the tuning exams area as they're just walking through. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all notice the genjutsu as they walk past it. Now, Rock Lee does end up encountering them and challenging Naruto to a fight. But Naruto just says, no, not now. It's not worth wasting our energy. If you're really worthy of fighting me, then survive until the final exams, and then we can fight. And Rock Lee's like, dang it, fine, I will survive. I will prove to you that I am an excellent shinobi. Yeah, Rock Lee does his entire thing that he always does. And, Team 7 heads off. Now this is the beginning of the first part of the tuning exams, as, Naruto and all of Team 7 enters the area. Ibiki arrives, being like, this is the first part of the tuning exams, and explains how this is going to be a written exam. Now, everyone's just like, dang it, this is my weakest spot. And Naruto doesn't really mind, because, first of all, he's extremely smart, and second of all, he has a Byaku Sharingan, which is more than enough to cheat. So when the test starts, Naruto literally just activates his Byaku Sharingan and copies all of the answers he needs, finishing it basically immediately. And after that, Ibiki does end up announcing the 10th question, but Naruto, he just stays. He doesn't care about the fact that there's a 10th question. This was all too easy anyways. So, with that, we continue to move. Oh my god, this recording just keeps cutting out. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, back to the story. Anko just comes flying in through the window, being like, come on guys, over to the Forest of Death. We have the second part of the Chunin exams to do. And Ibika's just standing there being like, Anko, there's a door for a reason. As Anko's like, you're boring, Ibiki. Has anybody ever told you that? And Ibiki's just like, never mind. And everybody ends up heading to the Forest of Death, where Anko does her whole thing, being like, yeah, so this is the Forest of Death. You can die, you can kill, blah blah blah. You'll have to sign this form. You get 2 scrolls, one scroll, and you have to get the other scroll to pass. And Naruto's team, of course, signs the thingies, gets their scroll, and heads off to their gates. Eventually, Anko does say, go, start, and, well, everyone starts. Now, with that, Naruto and Team 7 just can start running in, as Naruto activates his new white Sharingan, which surprises Sasuke a lot, because not only has Naruto awakened the next Tomoe of his Sharingan, but Naruto now has a white Sharingan, which makes Sasuke go like, wait, but how? And Naruto is just ignoring Sasuke as they keep going on, and Naruto feels a strong presence coming towards them, as Orochimaru comes out of the bushes, as he's like, Sasuke, yeah, and he's saying this until he sees Naruto, and he's like, who is this? And Naruto's just like, this guy, he's trouble. As Orochimaru seeing this is like, maybe I should put a curse mark on him too. He seems to have the Sharingan as well. And he's just thinking this as Naruto literally starts throwing a series of attacks in Orochimaru's general direction. As with his Byaku Sharingan, he also ends up activating Swift Acceleration 2, I think it's called. And this is the next stage of that Swift Acceleration thing I talked about earlier. And it's part of his Swift Release kekkei genkai that literally just makes him move 1 billion times faster. Like, it's kinda OP, not gonna lie. But Naruto is supposed to be OP in this what if. So, Naruto using this already is completely outclassing Orochimaru in his current form, literally coming in from every direction, as Orochimaru starts adapting to Naruto's style and is about to throw a counterattack, as Naruto literally summons a bunch of wood pillars, slamming Orochimaru into the ground, as, Naruto keeps pounding Orochimaru into the ground, attack after attack after attack, with his wood style just slamming into Orochimaru. And Orochimaru is just like being flung away as Naruto says, Ice Style, Ice Crystal Mirrors, as he creates a bunch of mirrors around Orochimaru, who now is trapped within Naruto's ice mirrors. And Naruto goes around Haku style, like literally imagine Haku, but it's Naruto, going around the ice mirrors, throwing kunai from every direction. And Orochimaru is standing there, is like, oh, this is gonna be easy, not that hard. And that is when Sasuke steps in. And Sasuke goes into the ice mirrors, with Naruto being like, ugh, that's not gonna be good. But then he's like, oh wait, it might actually be helpful. As Naruto keeps using his incredible aim to fire his kunai at Orochimaru, while Sasuke starts fighting Orochimaru inside the ice mirrors. So imagine you're being bombarded by kunai from every side, which is already incredibly difficult, but then you have to fight an Uchiha at the same time. Pretty difficult, which is why Orochimaru eventually ends up getting hit by a couple of Naruto's kunai, and Naruto gets out of his mirror and flies straight at Orochimaru, punching him in the gut. As, in this one moment where Orochimaru's in perfect range, Naruto's like, yes, time to use my new move. As he says, 8 trigrams, 64 palms, and literally starts using that on Orochimaru, because Naruto copied Hinata doing the 64 palms using his Sharingan, or just he spied on the Hyuga clan and saw how they do the 64 palms move, and since he says a Sharingan, he just copied the move. Plus he's really smart, and he has a Byakugan, so he knows how to do that move. And this is basically as much as Orochimaru can withstand, and Naruto's realizing that Orochimaru's been pushed to his limit is time to finish this off. As he uses the Storm Release Jutsu that I literally forgot the name of, as he puts his hands out as a ring appears around his hands, and a huge burst of Storm Release just gets shot out from his hands, basically incinerating Orochimaru. And Orochimaru does end up dying, but as we all know, Orochimaru always comes back. He's literally just immortal. He died 3 times in 3 times? No, he died less than that, but he died a bunch of times in Naruto and was able to come back every single time. But he does need some time to come back, so he won't be there for the Konoha Crush, which means Konoha Crush won't be happening. But Naruto realizes that Orochimaru actually had the scroll that they needed on him. As, taking the scroll, Naruto is like, wait a second, I incinerated Orochimaru, but why didn't this scroll get incinerated? As he heard my voice talking from above in the cloud saying, plot. As Naruto was like, oh, okay, just lazy writing. Makes sense. As he heads off to the area. I don't know what it's called. That area you go to when you finish the thing. And so with that, Team 7 finishes at nearly record pace, just getting a little bit behind Gaara's team. And they finish with, ease, really. And that is when that guy who always coughs announces the preliminaries. Now, the preliminaries go literally exactly the same, except for the Naruto versus Kiba fight, where Kiba just steps onto the ring, being oh, finally, I'm gonna be able to prove myself, show that I can become a Hokage, beat Naruto. This is my chance. As he immediately does Fang over Fang, and Naruto just who has his Byaku Sharingan active, Kiba slams straight into Naruto with his Fang over Fang. Literally just goes straight into him. As Kiba's just ha, I got him. As then he opens his eyes again, and he notices that Naruto has him pinned down. Realizing that right before he was about to strike Naruto placed him under a genjutsu and then was able to get behind him and pin him down. As Kiba, Naruto was literally just flexing at this point, being yeah, see, I didn't break a sweat. I literally just pinned you down with one finger while you were using your strongest move. And Kiba seeing this is well, there's not much I can do now. I give up. As Naruto's like, okay, well, I win. And that is the end of the preliminary rounds, because, yeah, that's just how it goes. And also, the Rock Lee doesn't get, like, his entire leg crushed, because Naruto steps in right on time to stop that from happening. But even if that did happen, and Rock Lee never healed, which he will, but, like, imagining that he never healed, it wouldn't really matter to the plot, because Naruto's just too OP. Anyways, this is when Naruto ends up, well, going home for his 1 month training break, and decides, you know what, I'll go to the hot springs. It's a good way to relax and chill and everything. And on his way to the hot springs, he sees some man with white hair peeking into the hot springs, and Naruto's like, what are you doing? As Jiraiya's just like, shh, I'm doing my research. And Naruto just like punches him in the gut, as he's like not hard, but like he punches him, as he's like, what are you doing? Do you know who I am? I am Jiraiya, the legendary Toad Sage. As Naruto's like, well, wait, the Toad Sage? As Naruto's like, oh, I actually know this guy, because Naruto is smart in this version of events. And he's like, oh, I know you. Well, that doesn't excuse what you were doing. As Jiraiya recognizes Naruto and is like, you want me to train you? I heard that the Chunin exams were happening. And Naruto's like, nah, I'm stronger than you anyways. And Jiraiya hearing this is like, you? Stronger than me? And Naruto's like, yeah. As Jiraiya challenges Naruto to a fight, and Naruto accepts. As the instant the fight begins, Naruto activates his Byaku Sharingan, which, if you don't understand how OP this is literally the Byakugan, which is OP in and of itself, combined with the Sharingan, one of the most OP dojutsus, like, in this entire series. It's just, trust me when I say this is incredibly OP. As, you know, Naruto and Jiraiya start having a battle, with Naruto immediately having the upper hand, and Jiraiya seeing this is like, oh, okay, I understand you're strong. Yeah, I accept defeat. As he doesn't want to play his, like, Sage Mode cards, he doesn't want to play any of his trump cards or anything. So he just accepts defeat. Although he is like, Naruto, I do want to teach you a couple things though, even though I lost. Naruto hearing this is like, wait, you know my name? And Jiraiya's just like, I just heard you did really well in the Chunin exam, so I know. Just making that up on the spot. As Naruto's like, okay then. And he's like, okay, so what do you want to teach me? As Jiraiya's like, holds out his hand and forms a Rasengan. Naruto, looking at this Rasengan, is like, okay, sure, teach me. And over this 1 month training period, Naruto masters both the Rasengan and the Toad Summoning Jutsu, because why not? And I guess Jiraiya helps him control Kurama a little bit better, Naruto trains on his own to control Kurama a bit better, but yeah. That happens. And, they just keep on training with, Jiraiya, being like, okay, well, Naruto, I feel like you are ready. You have done a lot of stuff, so I am quite impressed. But to test how good you truly are, I feel like we should have a bit of a spar. And Naruto was like, okay. But he doesn't know that this time, Jiraiya is going to use his full power. As right off the bat, Jiraiya activates his imperfect Sage Mode, I guess, and he goes in full power at Naruto. As Naruto, not knowing what to do, immediately activates his Byaku Sharingan and activates Swift Acceleration too, mind you, and literally just moves out the way and then uses Swift Strike to hit Jiraiya, which actually lets him land a blow, although, how effective the blow was, it didn't do much against a Sage Mode Jiraiya. So Jiraiya came back in now using his own jutsus, using things like his spiky hair jutsu and just attacking Naruto. Although Naruto, was able to dodge most of them, using his Byakugan and Sharingan to go in at Jiraiya and almost uses 64 palms as Jiraiya sees an opening in him and tries to go in for an attack. And Naruto, seeing this, realizes that he can't do much against this attack, seeing it's too strong, as he says, "Rotation!" and creates this entire barrier around him as Jiraiya gets sent flying back. And Naruto's like, that was a close one. And they both run back in at each other as they keep exchanging blows and keep fighting, with Jiraiya almost starting to gain the upper hand. This is when Naruto says, well, I guess I'll have to go full power too, as he closes his eyes and opens them again as the 3 Tomoe Sharingan, or should I say Byaku Sharingan, appears in his eyes, a white 3 Tomoe Sharingan, and the instant Jiraiya sees this, he's shocked. He has no idea what to say, as Naruto is already comboing him. He's like punching him in the gut, in the face, in the uppercut, jab, cross, as he just like Jiraiya just doesn't even stand a chance, as Naruto keeps destroying him with move after move after move after move after move, and Jiraiya creates some distance, catching his breath and creating a defense around him, as he's like, well, okay, as he just stares at Naruto, who's standing there, and Jiraiya starts approaching Naruto, being like, fine, it's my turn to attack again, as he attacks at Naruto, leaping at him and punching him straight into the ground, using his strongest attack, using a Rasengan, full power Rasengan, to just slam Naruto into the ground, creating a pretty big crater, as Jiraiya's like, gotcha, as the Naruto that Jiraiya attacked turns into just a bunch of what should I do it? What a bunch of what animal? A bunch of toads. As Jiraiya's like, toads? Wait, was this Genjutsu? As he turns around to see Naruto holding a kunai to Jiraiya's neck. He's like, give up. I've won. As Jiraiya's like, well, yeah, it seems you have. I believe you're ready to go on to the final stage of the Chunin exams. As Naruto's like, yeah, I believe I am. I mean, if I'm stronger than one of the legendary Sannin, then I'm pretty sure I'm ready to become a Chunin. The Sannin may or may not be like Hokage level, but I'll stick to Chunin for now, because Naruto at this stage is basically Hokage level, but I don't know. Life's unfair, so he's got to deal with just trying to become a Chunin for now. And with that, Naruto heads off the next day, of course, to the final part of the Chunin exams. But that is where I'm going to be ending off this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. I'll be trying to upload another video tomorrow. And yeah, with that, goodbye, and I'll see you next time.